Hello, it is ItzGunRain here, and I am bringing you a little bit of Planetside 2 on the PlayStation 4. So, I recently got into the second beta that you do have to apply for. It is a closed beta, and I hopped in and I accidentally pressed the share button, and voila, you can now record using the share button. So, if you're asking why I'm surprised by this, because in the first beta you couldn't record using the share button. You could stream, and you can download your streams afterwards, but you couldn't share. I mean, you can't record by using the share function. But the gameplay in the background is just a night battle, and I decided to use this gameplay because it really kind of represents how beautiful this game is and how immersive it is. I also want to apologize for my abysmal aim. I've been playing so much PC gaming lately that I am just not very used to the console controllers, so bear with me on that. But I want to kind of tell you guys my background on Planetside 2, and Planetside 2 is one of those games. When I was younger, I loved Star Wars Battlefront, if you guys know what that is, and I always thought it would be so cool to have like a game like that, but a newer one, because when I played it, it was outdated. It wasn't outdated, but it was a few years old when I played it. And then I really got into Halo, and then I got into Battlefield, and I thought, oh wow, wouldn't it be so cool to have a game that's like Halo and Battlefield, but it's just on a massive scale. And I know this sounds like complete BS, but that was kind of my dream game. So when I first discovered Planetside 2, I was just like, oh my god, this is the game for me. And I've been following this game for maybe around 2 years now. Since the beginning of the beta on PC, I've been following it, and just until a few months ago, I have not even been able to play it. I've watched hundreds of hours of videos on it, but I just have never been able to play it because I didn't have a capable PC, and it wasn't on the PS4 until just recently. So I was especially excited to get into this beta, even though I did play the first beta. So I'm going to kind of give my impressions on both betas so far. Primarily the first one I'm going to do because I've played it more. So I put around 12 hours into the first beta. I, in all honesty, got bored of it pretty quick because I have this thing, and it's with all games where I just don't really enjoy snow all that much. So playing on Esamir got really stale for me, and there was also a lot of things in the game that was frustrating, like the sensitivity settings were messed up. There's a lot of bugs. There were some rendering bugs where if a guy was outside of like 100 meters, you can't see him unless you zoom in, then he just pops up, and it makes it very frustrating. Vehicles were terribly difficult to control because of said sensitivity issues, but when you got in a good battle, it was a lot of fun. So I got into this. I didn't really have many expectations, though I was excited we have the continents, all of them unlocked now, because that's really gonna kind of add to longevity and add to playing the game. But there's this new continent for level 15 and under. It's for new players to kind of jump in and get used to the game. It's called Cultair, I believe. Cultair, something like that. Basically, it's kind of like, if you've ever played Call of Duty World at War, I think was the last game that had it. There's this thing called Boot Camp where basically you played against new players, and it was just a good way to get used to the game. And that's basically what Cultair is. A few perks of it is it's a lot smaller, so battles are very easy to find. Another part is that all guns are 1 cert, all attachments are 1 cert, but all equipment, what is it? I'll just call them specs, I know that's wrong. But all specs, or say like flak armor, that's still the regular price. So you can really test out guns, and I am not sure if it carries over, but it might. So everything is basically worth 1 cert besides all the specs. And I have to say, I'm really enjoying it, especially Cultair. Cultair is a lot better. I heard about it in the past, but I never really like thought of me ever playing on it. I thought it was just going to be a optional thing, but you're forced into it, and you can leave, I believe. You're forced out after level 15, but I have to say, I think it's really well designed because you can get from place to place really quick. It's definitely still bigger than any Battlefield map that's ever. It's maybe 2 or 3 Battlefield maps. I could be wrong, but it's only probably around a fourth of the size of a actual Planetside map. Probably even smaller. But it's fun, action's fast, and it really kind of warms you up to the game, and it really kind of is a training ground almost for the game. So I think that was a really good idea. And another thing, it's smaller, but they make it so it's a 12 gigabyte download for the beta, but you only have to download 3 gigabytes of it to play on Kultur, and then throughout while you're playing, the rest is downloaded, which I think is an awesome idea. Because one, I mean, if you can't play on it immediately, why would you want to wait? And that's one thing that the PS4 does well. But I've never played the PC version, so I can't really compare it. Graphically, once again, I can't compare it, but this game looks beautiful. The lighting is amazing. Just at this gameplay, you can just see that it's beautiful. The tracer rounds, the explosions, warp gates in the distance, just everything. Like, it's just so cinematic, and you really kind of feel like you're in an action movie. Or one feeling I always get is I feel like I'm in Star Wars, because you see the red, you see the purple, you see the blue. There's vehicles everywhere. It's just really, truly awesome to play with, and it almost gives you this pit in your stomach because it's exciting. And I know that sounds ridiculously stupid, but that's just kind of how I feel about it. When I play this game, I'm like, wow, this is intense, this is cinematic. I mean, it's 24 frames per second. Nope, PC, just sorry, had to say it. But for how it plays, I think it plays pretty well. I mean, a lot of the guns, in my personal opinion, I don't feel hit as hard, and I think the gunplay is definitely not on par with, say, Battlefield or Call of Duty, but that's to be expected. It's a free-to-play game, but it's adequate, and I think it's more you just have to get used to it. It's a different style. Okay, so the way the guns handle, the recoil, I think the recoil is doable. The recoil is doable. I think some of it's kind of awkward, how the guns just feel. I'm not even gonna try to explain it, but if you play it, you know what I'm talking about. How does it run on the console? It runs decently well. I mean, of course, you have to adapt to 30 frames per second again, which is a shame they couldn't reach 60. But you know, it's really whatever, because I mean, as long as it plays right, as long as the gun plays good, then so what? As you just saw, the options for being in early beta, they are pretty expansive. There's a lot of options. You can really customize sensitivity for turret sensitivity, vehicle sensitivity, gun sensitivity, scope sensitivity, zoom sensitivity. And there's this thing called easy flying, which makes flying a lot more simplistic, which is good for new people, and I think that you just have a lot more ability if you turn that off, but it's harder, so it's for more of the people who master it. And I just want to point out how the sun's rising here, and there is a day-night cycle to this game if you're new to it. And it's honestly the funnest game, and I just want to comment on this gun. This gun, I don't know if you've ever been on the ground when a mosquito is in the air firing this gun, but it is terrifying. It is absolutely horrifying. I think I fired a few more times here. Just the sound. Just listen to the sound. It's terrifying. You feel like you're about to be shredded to pieces. I'm gonna fire it here. I'm not a very good pilot, so don't judge me on that. But just listen to this. It sounds like you're gonna just, if someone's in your crosshairs, they're gonna be torn in two. How this game sounds, it's definitely not Battlefield level audio, but the explosions feel like they are explosions. They feel like if they're right next to you, you're not gonna be able to hear anything. And they feel impactful. I think the explosions feel impactful in this game. I really think that how everything is balanced is just really well done. I think that in general, this game, it just developed well. And for an early beta, I'm really excited to see what it turns out to, especially on the PS4. I mean, my ultimate goal is to play it on PC someday, but if I don't, so be it. I have a PS4 that plays the game. I'm wicked excited, and I'm kind of stalling in KOTOR because I don't want to be put on the continents just yet, because as of right now, the beta is not very populated, so if you leave KOTOR, you're not going to meet a lot of people, and that's good. So another thing I want to touch on, excuse me, as you can see, everything's one cert, and I'm buying the bolt action sniper here. But another thing I want to touch on is there's voice chat in this game, and there's 3 options. You can either do proximity, or you can do outfit or squad. And I've had on and off experiences with it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it seems that it doesn't. I don't know if it's just people aren't talking, but it seems that it's kind of glitchy at the moment. But you know, it's really whatever. It's an early beta, so you can get away with that for now. But just from here, from this beta compared to the first one, there's a lot of improvements that I'm really excited to see where this game goes, and I plan on playing it a lot, and I plan on making a lot of videos on it because it's a fun game to play, and it's and just admire this. You have to admire just the large-scale combat of this game. And one thing that everyone says is it's like Castle Warfare, which I have to agree on. So I hope you guys like this commentary. Plan on seeing more Planetside videos on this channel. That was one of my goals when I started the channel, because I actually bought a PS4. A lot of the reason was because I wanted to play Planetside, and it took a while to come out, but it's worth it. If you guys watch my rant on it, I mean, it's worth the wait. If you're waiting for a key, it's worth the wait. And honestly, being in early is not all that, because you're stuck with a very low population. It's not all that enjoyable if you get on to the continents, but if you move beyond that, then it will really be fine, and I think you'll really enjoy it. So just wait. And also, if I get an extra key, which I'm hoping I do, whether it's through a developer or anyone, or just get another email, because I put multiple emails in, my bad, but I plan on doing a giveaway, so if I do, expect a video like that. I will let you guys all know, and I want to make it as fair as possible. But again, I also want to comment and say thank you for 50 subscribers. It really means a lot to me that you guys are supportive of this channel, and I just hope you guys have an awesome day. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.